Have you ever felt trapped in patterns of pain, fear, or limitation, unable to see a way out, as if your mind is sabotaging you, preventing the healing you so deeply desire? I understand this struggle profoundly, and I want you to know there's a luminous path to transformation. In this video, you're going to discover how to visualize your healing journey in a completely unique and powerful way. Using the transformative teachings of Louise Hay, you'll learn practical tools that will reprogram your mind, heal your inner child, and co-create with the universe the radiant life you deserve. And there's a special moment in the middle of this video where you'll be able to join our loving community and consolidate this transformational energy. So take a deep breath, open your heart, and allow yourself to receive these truths that can change everything. Let's walk together on this journey of self-discovery, forgiveness, and self-love. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to guide you through a powerful practical exercise that will make your healing visualization tangible and real. Are you ready? Let's begin now. Asterisk, asterisk, invisible seeds, asterisk, asterisk. Have you ever stopped to think that your mind works exactly like a garden? Every thought you cultivate is like a seed you plant. If you nourish thoughts of love, gratitude, and hope, you're watering beautiful flowers that will bloom in your life. But if you allow thoughts of fear, guilt, and self-criticism to grow freely, you're cultivating weeds that suffocate your inner peace. Louise Hay always taught us that we are the gardeners of our own minds, and we have absolute power to choose what will grow there. Isn't it liberating to know you have this choice in your hands? The truth is, we often don't even notice the kind of garden we're cultivating. We spend years repeating negative thought patterns inherited from childhood, painful experiences, or critical voices we've heard throughout our lives. According to Louise Hay, these mental patterns create emotional blocks that, over time, can manifest as physical or emotional discomfort. Imagine carrying a heavy bag of stones for years without even realizing you can simply put it down. Your thoughts have that same weight when they're not examined with love and compassion. But here's the good news. You can start transforming your mental garden right now. It doesn't matter how long you've been planting seeds of doubt or fear. Louise Hay reminds us that the present moment is always the point of power. Every new thought is an opportunity to plant something different, something that nourishes your soul. When you consciously choose to think, I am worthy of love and healing, you're literally reprogramming your mind to create new possibilities for well-being. It's like pulling out the weeds and planting roses in their place. Think of Sarah, a woman who spent years believing she didn't deserve to be happy. She carried guilt from past decisions and constantly punished herself with cruel thoughts. When Sarah discovered Louise Hay's teachings, she began to observe her mental garden for the first time. She realized she was cultivating thorns where she could have flowers. Gradually, with patience and self-love, Sarah began to replace every negative thought with a positive affirmation. I forgive myself and release the past became her new favorite seed. And you know what happened? Her garden began to flourish in ways she never imagined possible. So how about you take an honest look at your own mental garden today? What seeds have you been planting? What thoughts have you been watering with your attention? Remember, you are the gardener, and your garden can be as beautiful as you allow it to be. Healing begins when you decide, with love and gentleness, to care for the sacred space that is your mind. I tend to my mind with love and compassion, and I harvest flowers of peace and joy. This is the first step of your healing visualization journey, and you're already on the right path just by being here, willing to learn and grow. Asterisk, asterisk, who's building? Asterisk, asterisk, there's an invisible architect working inside you right this moment. and he's building your physical reality based on the blueprints you hand him. This architect is your subconscious mind, and it doesn't question the plans you provide. If you hand over drawings of fear, anxiety, and limitation, that's what it will build in your life. But if you deliver blueprints of love, health, and abundance, it works tirelessly to manifest those things. Louise Hay always emphasized that our thoughts create our reality, and this is a profound truth that can completely transform your healing journey. Most people don't realize they're handing faulty blueprints to this internal architect. They repeat phrases like, "I always get sick" or "nothing works out for me," without understanding they're literally instructing their subconscious mind to create those experiences. According to Louise Hay, every cell in your body is listening to every word you think and speak. Your body is a faithful servant that responds to your mind's commands. When you say, "I'm exhausted and can't take it anymore," your body hears and responds with fatigue. But when you say, "I am strong and full of vital energy," your body also hears and begins to reorganize itself to reflect that truth. The power of this understanding is absolutely transformative. You're not a victim of random circumstances or a body that betrays you. You are the conscious creator of your health and well-being experience. Louise Hay taught us that illness often begins as a negative thought pattern that, over time, manifests physically. This doesn't mean you're to blame for being sick, but rather that you have the power to actively participate in your healing. I am the architect of my health, and I design my well-being with love. This affirmation puts you back in command of your life. Let me tell you about Michael, a man who suffered from chronic back pain for years. He visited countless doctors and tried various treatments, but nothing seemed to work completely. When Michael discovered Louise Hay's work, he began to investigate the mental patterns behind his pain. He realized he carried an enormous weight of responsibilities and never allowed himself to ask for help. His back was literally manifesting the burden he carried emotionally. Michael began working with affirmations like, "I release the weight of the world from my shoulders and trust that I am supported," and gradually, his pain began to diminish. He was redesigning the blueprint he was handing to his internal architect. So what instructions are you giving your invisible architect today? Are your thoughts building a house of healing or a prison of limitations? The good news is you can change the blueprints at any moment. Every loving thought is a new design. Every positive affirmation is a new instruction. Your body is eagerly waiting for new commands, ready to reorganize itself toward health and vitality. You have this power, and it has always been within you, waiting to be recognized and used with wisdom and love. Now, before we continue, I want to invite you to something special. If this insight about the invisible architect of your health resonated with you, if you felt that click of recognition, please leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. Share this message with someone who needs to hear they have the power to redesign their life. And in the comments, tell me, what blueprint are you handing to your internal architect today? I'm eager to read your reflections and walk alongside you on this transformation journey. Asterisk, asterisk, the golden key, asterisk, asterisk. If there's one word that Louise Hay repeated thousands of times throughout her life and work, that word is forgiveness. Not forgiveness as a favor you do for someone who hurt you, but forgiveness as a gift you give yourself. When you refuse to forgive, you're locking the door to your own healing and throwing away the key. Resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It corrodes your inner peace, blocks your vital energy, and creates a weight in your heart that prevents you from flying. Louise Hay taught us that forgiveness is absolutely essential for any true healing journey. Many people carry grudges for years, sometimes decades, without realizing the price they're paying. Every time you relive an old offense, every time you feed anger or bitterness, you're sending stress signals throughout your entire body. According to Louise Hay, unprocessed and unforgiven emotions get stored in our bodies and can manifest as tension, pain, or even more serious conditions. Your body wasn't made to carry this burden. It was made to flow with lightness, love, and joy. When you forgive, you're not saying what happened was right. You're simply saying you won't allow it to control your life anymore. The most important forgiveness, and often the most difficult, is forgiving yourself. How many times do you punish yourself for past mistakes? How many times do you criticize yourself for not being perfect? Louise Hay always said you did the best you could with the knowledge and awareness you had at that moment. You don't need to punish yourself anymore. I completely forgive myself and release all judgment. This affirmation is like a golden key that opens the doors of your emotional prison. When you forgive yourself, you're telling the universe you're ready to receive good things, that you deserve love and happiness. I know the story of Jennifer, a woman who carried deep guilt for having distanced herself from her mother in the last years of her life. After her mother passed away, Jennifer tortured herself daily with thoughts of "I should have" and "if only I had." She developed sleep problems and a constant sadness that seemed to have no end. When Jennifer began working with Louise Hay's principles, she understood she needed to forgive herself. It wasn't easy, but she began to repeat daily, "I forgive myself for not knowing what I didn't know. I did the best I could." Gradually, the weight began to dissipate, and Jennifer was able to honor her mother's memory with love instead of guilt. Forgiveness is a process, not a single event. You may need to forgive the same person or situation many times until you feel you've truly freed yourself, and that's okay. Be gentle with yourself on this journey. Every time you choose forgiveness, you're choosing freedom. You're choosing healing. You're choosing to live in the present instead of being a prisoner of the past. And just ahead, I'm going to show you a powerful practice that will help you integrate everything we're learning together. Stay with me, because the transformation is only beginning. Asterisk, asterisk, she's waiting. Asterisk, asterisk, inside you exists a small child who still carries the wounds, fears, and unmet needs from your childhood. This inner child is always present, influencing your reactions, your relationships, and even your physical health. Louise Hay dedicated much of her work to teaching us about the importance of healing this wounded child who lives within us. When you feel rejected, inadequate, or unloved, it's often this inner child who's crying out for attention and affection. And the most qualified person to give her what she needs isn't anyone outside, it's you yourself. Many of the negative patterns you carry today were formed when you were too young to understand what was happening. Perhaps you heard you weren't good enough, or that your needs were a burden, or that you needed to be perfect to be loved. According to Louise Hay, these messages became deeply engraved in your psyche and continue to play like background music in your adult life. You may be living your life trying to prove your worth, seeking external approval, or sabotaging yourself because, deep down, that child still believes she doesn't deserve good things. It's time to rewrite this story with compassion and love. Healing the inner child begins when you acknowledge her existence and validate her feelings. You don't need to minimize or ignore the pain you felt. Louise Hay taught us to literally talk to our inner child, to embrace her with love and say the words she always needed to hear. "I love you exactly as you are. You are precious and deserve all the love in the world." When you do this, something magical happens. Old wounds begin to heal, and you begin to feel more whole, more at peace with yourself. You're finally giving your inner child what she always deserved, Let me share the story of David, a professionally successful man who struggled with intimate relationships. He always felt inadequate and feared being abandoned. When David began exploring his inner child through Louise Hay's teachings, he remembered how invisible he felt in his large, chaotic family. No one had time for his emotional needs, so he learned to hide them. David began the practice of visualizing his child self and telling him, "I see you, I hear you, and you matter to me." This simple practice transformed not only his relationships but his entire relationship with himself. He finally felt worthy of love. Your inner child is waiting for you. She's waiting for you to stop, look at her with loving eyes, and say, "Everything is okay now." That you're here to care for her, protect her, and love her unconditionally. When you heal this child, you heal deep layers of pain that have been affecting your entire life. You become freer to be who you truly are, without the masks and defenses you built to protect yourself. I embrace my inner child with infinite love and heal all wounds from the past. This is one of the most important works you can do on your healing journey, and you're ready for it. Asterisk, asterisk, the forgotten remedy. Asterisk, asterisk. Louise Hay used to say that if there was only one thing she could teach the world, it would be the importance of self-love. Not narcissistic or selfish love, but genuine, deep, and unconditional love for who you are. Self-love isn't a luxury or something you earn after becoming perfect. It's the foundation of all healing, all transformation, all fulfilling life. When you truly love yourself, everything changes. Your relationships improve, your health flourishes, opportunities appear, and you finally feel at home within your own skin. Self-love is, literally, the most powerful medicine that exists. But here's the difficult truth. Most people don't love themselves. They tolerate themselves, criticize themselves, compare themselves, and judge themselves mercilessly. You talk to yourself in a way you would never talk to a dear friend. According to Louise Hay, this lack of self-love is at the root of almost every problem we face. When you don't love yourself, you seek external validation, accept less than you deserve, and treat your body and needs as if they were insignificant. You may even achieve external success, but inside there's an emptiness that nothing seems to fill. This emptiness can only be filled by yourself, with genuine love and acceptance. Self-love begins with small acts of kindness toward yourself. It begins when you choose to speak loving words to yourself, when you honor your needs, when you establish healthy boundaries, when you forgive yourself for being human and imperfect. Louise Hay taught us that the mirror exercise is one of the most powerful tools for cultivating. Looking into your own eyes and saying, "I love and approve of you exactly as you are," may feel uncomfortable at first, but it's transformative. I am worthy of love, respect, and all good things in life. This affirmation isn't arrogance, it's the deepest truth about who you are. Think of Rachel, a woman who spent her entire life putting everyone else's needs before her own. She was the perfect caregiver, always available, always sacrificing her own desires. But inside, Rachel was exhausted and resentful. When she discovered Louise Hay, the idea of self-love seemed selfish and wrong. But gradually, Rachel began to understand she couldn't give what she didn't have. She began practicing small acts of self-love, saying no when she needed to, taking time for herself, speaking gently to herself. And something incredible happened. The more Rachel loved herself, the more genuine love she had to offer others. Her relationships became more authentic and balanced. Self-love isn't a destination you reach, it's a daily practice. It's a choice you make every moment to treat yourself with the same compassion and kindness. you would offer someone you love deeply. When you truly love yourself, you become unstoppable. You no longer need anyone's approval because you approve of yourself. You no longer need to prove your worth because you know you're valuable. Your body responds to this love by healing itself, strengthening itself, flourishing. Self-love is the fertile soil where all your dreams can grow, and you deserve to cultivate it with dedication and care every day of your life. Words that heal. Affirmations are simple but incredibly powerful tools that Louise Hay made famous around the world. An affirmation is simply a positive statement in the present tense that you repeat to reprogram your subconscious mind. It may seem too simple to work, but the science behind it is profound. Every thought you think creates a neural pathway in your brain. The more you think that thought, the stronger that pathway becomes. Affirmations are like intentionally creating new pathways of positivity, love, and healing, replacing the old pathways of fear, doubt, and limitation that were created over the years. Many people try affirmations once or twice and give up because they don't see immediate results. But Louise Hay always reminded us that affirmations work like planting seeds in a garden. You don't plant a seed today and expect a tree tomorrow. You plant, water, care for, and trust the process. According to Louise Hay, the resistance you feel when saying an affirmation is exactly the sign that you need it. If you say, "I love myself completely," and an inner voice screams, "No, you don't deserve love," that's the old belief fighting to survive. Keep repeating the affirmation with gentleness and patience, and eventually the new belief will take root. The key to effective affirmations is feeling the words, not just repeating them mechanically. When you say, "I am healthy, strong, and full of vitality," allow yourself to feel what it would be like to have that vibrant health. Visualize yourself living with energy and well-being. Louise Hay taught us that the combination of words, feelings, and visualization creates a magnetic force that attracts to you what you're affirming. I deserve all the abundance, love, and joy that life has to offer. Say this with conviction. Feel the truth of these words resonating in every cell of your body, and watch how your reality begins to reorganize itself to reflect this new belief. I know the story of Maria, a woman who struggled with low self-esteem and constant anxiety. She began working with affirmations following Louise Hay's teachings, but at first she felt ridiculous saying positive things about herself. Her critical mind mocked every word, but Maria persisted. She wrote her affirmations on post-it notes and stuck them all over her house. She repeated them in the mirror every morning, even when tears streamed down her face because it seemed so far from the truth. But something began to change. After weeks of consistent practice, Maria noticed she was feeling different. The affirmations were becoming her new truth. Her anxiety decreased, and she began to see herself with more loving eyes. Affirmations are gifts you give yourself every day. They're gentle reminders of who you truly are beneath all the layers of conditioning and fear. You can create affirmations for any area of your life that needs healing or transformation. For health, relationships, prosperity, inner peace, anything. Louise Hay left us a legacy of thousands of affirmations, but the most powerful ones are those you create for yourself. Using your own words and addressing your specific needs, I plant seeds of love and positivity in my mind, and I harvest a life of joy and well-being. Start today. Be patient with yourself, and trust that each affirmation is creating real and lasting changes in your life. See before you live. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools you have at your disposal to create the life you desire. Your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real experience. When you visualize something with rich details, genuine emotions, and all your senses involved, your brain begins to create the same neural patterns as if it were already happening. Louise Hay used visualization as an essential part of her own healing journey and taught millions of people to do the same. Visualizing isn't just daydreaming, it's intentionally creating the energetic template for the reality you want to manifest. Many people underestimate the power of visualization because it seems fanciful or unreal, but Olympic athletes use visualization to improve their performance, and scientific studies prove its effectiveness. According to Louise Hay, when you visualize your healing, your well-being, your ideal life, you're sending clear instructions to the universe and to your own mind about what you want to create. You're moving from victim mode of circumstances to conscious creator mode. I visualize my perfect life with clarity and confidence, knowing I am co-creating my reality. This practice puts you in the driver's seat of your own life. The most effective visualization involves all your senses and, especially, your emotions. It's not enough to just see a mental image of yourself healthy and happy. You need to feel what it's like to be in that healthy body. Hear the sounds around you. Smell the fresh air. Touch the textures of your ideal life. And above all, feel the gratitude, joy, peace that come from living that reality. Louise Hay taught us that the more real you make your visualization, the more quickly it will manifest in your physical life. Dedicate a few minutes every day to close your eyes and mentally live the life you're creating. Your body and the universe are listening. Let me tell you about Thomas, a man who was recovering from a serious health condition. The doctors gave him a challenging prognosis, but Thomas decided to use visualization as part of his healing process. Every day, following Louise Hay's principles, he would close his eyes and see himself completely healthy. He visualized every cell in his body glowing with golden light, regenerating and strengthening. He saw himself running on the beach, playing with his grandchildren, living fully. Thomas felt gratitude as if his healing had already happened, and something remarkable occurred. His recovery surprised his doctors. He healed faster and more completely than anyone expected. Thomas attributes much of his healing to the power of visualization combined with medical treatment. You have the power to visualize any aspect of your life you want to transform: your radiant health, your loving relationships, your financial prosperity, your deep inner peace. Don't limit your imagination with what seems possible or realistic based on your past. Louise Hay always encouraged us to dream big, to visualize the best possible scenario, because you deserve everything good. I clearly see my ideal life and walk toward it with faith and joy. Make visualization a daily practice, a sacred moment where you connect with the highest version of yourself and your life. And soon, you'll notice that the line between your visualization and your reality is becoming thinner and thinner until they finally merge into a beautiful life you consciously created. Asterisk, asterisk, you're never alone. Asterisk, asterisk, you're not alone on this healing journey. There's an infinite intelligence, a universal wisdom that permeates everything and everyone, and you're connected to it right this moment. Louise Hay called this by different names throughout her work: the universe, life, higher power, infinite intelligence. It doesn't matter what name you use or what your spiritual belief is. What matters is recognizing you're part of something much greater than yourself. When you open yourself to this connection, when you trust this wisdom that's always available to you, your healing journey becomes smoother, more guided, more full of synchronicities and miracles. Often, We feel isolated in our challenges, as if we had to figure everything out alone and carry all the weight on our shoulders. But Louise Hay constantly reminded us we don't need to do this alone. According to Louise Hay, when you ask the universe for help, when you open yourself to receive guidance, answers come in unexpected ways. It might be through a casual conversation, a book that falls into your hands, a sudden intuition, or a door that opens exactly when you need it. Universal wisdom is always conspiring in your favor, always supporting you, always guiding you toward your highest good. The key to accessing this wisdom is stillness and receptivity. In a noisy, fast-paced world, you need to create moments of silence where you can hear the gentle voice of your intuition and divine guidance. It might be through meditation, walks in nature, moments of silent contemplation, or simply breathing deeply and asking, "What do I need to know now?" Louise Hay practiced meditation daily and always encouraged others to do the same. "I trust in the wisdom of the universe and know I am always being guided to my highest good." When you make this affirmation and truly believe it, you relax. You stop trying to control everything and allow life to flow through you with grace. I know the story of Linda, a woman who was at a crossroads in her life, not knowing which path to take. She was paralyzed by fear of making the wrong choice. When Linda began studying Louise Hay, she learned about the importance of connecting with universal wisdom. Linda began meditating every morning, asking for guidance and clarity. She stopped forcing solutions and began to trust. And then, almost magically, answers began to appear. An opportunity emerged out of nowhere. A casual conversation revealed exactly what she needed to hear. Linda realized that when she stopped struggling and began to trust, the path naturally illuminated itself before her. She was being guided all along. She just needed to open herself to receive. You're connected to an infinite source of love, wisdom, and creative power. You're never alone, never helpless, never without resources. Everything you need already exists within you and around you, waiting for you to recognize and accept it. Louise Hay lived her life as a testament to this truth, and she left us a map so we can do the same. I am connected to the infinite wisdom of the universe, and I trust in the perfect unfolding of my life. Take a deep breath, release control, open your heart, and allow yourself to be guided. The healing journey you're visualizing isn't just your solitary creation. It's a co-creation with the universe, and together, you're creating something truly beautiful and transformative. Asterisk, asterisk, create your transformation, asterisk, asterisk. Now that you've absorbed all these powerful teachings, it's time to put them into practice in a creative and transformative way. I'm going to guide you through an exercise that combines visualization, art, and conscious intention. You're going to create what I call your visual healing map, a physical representation of the healing journey you're manifesting. Here's what you'll need. Blank paper can be one large sheet or several smaller ones. Colored pencils, colored pens, old magazines to cut out images, glue, and any other creative materials you have at home. Don't worry about artistic skills. This exercise is about expression, not perfection. Step 1. Prepare your sacred space. Find a quiet place where you won't be interrupted for at least 30 minutes. Put on soft music if you wish. Light a candle or incense if that helps you create a special atmosphere. Breathe deeply 3 times, placing your hand on your heart, and say out loud, "I open myself to the wisdom of my soul and to the guidance of the universe." Step 2. Divide your paper into 4 quadrants. In the first quadrant, you'll visually represent where you are now in your journey. Use colors, words, cut out images, whatever resonates with you. Be honest, but gentle. This isn't an exercise in self-criticism, but in loving recognition. In the second quadrant, represent the blocks or patterns you're releasing. It could be words like fear, guilt, resentment, or images that symbolize these energies. As you create this quadrant, repeat mentally, I release everything that no longer serves me with love and gratitude. Step 3, in the third quadrant. This is the heart of your map. Visually represent your complete healing, your ideal life, the healthiest and happiest version of you. Use vibrant colors, inspiring images, powerful words. How do you see yourself? How do you feel? What are you doing? Be specific and generous with yourself. As you create, feel the emotions of already living this reality. Say out loud, I am healthy, happy, and completely free. Step 4, in the fourth and final quadrant, represent the tools and resources you have for this journey. You can include affirmations that resonate with you, symbols of self-love, images representing forgiveness, spiritual connection, or any other tool you learned today. This quadrant is your emotional and spiritual first aid kit. Step 5, in the center, where the 4 quadrants meet, draw or write something that represents you, your name, a symbol that represents you, or simply a heart. This is the reminder that you're at the center of all this, that you're the conscious creator of your journey. When you're finished, place your visual healing map somewhere you can see it every day, every morning. Dedicate a few moments to look at it, especially at the third quadrant that represents your complete healing. Breathe deeply, feel gratitude, and say, I am creating this reality now. I deserve all the healing, love, and joy. Louise Hay always taught us that what we focus on expands. By looking at your map daily, you're programming your subconscious mind, aligning your energy, and co-creating with the universe the life you deserve. This is your visual commitment to your own healing, and it's powerful beyond words. Asterisk, asterisk, your journey begins. Asterisk, asterisk, you've made it this far, and that in itself is already a beautiful victory. You've absorbed profound knowledge about the power of your mind, about forgiveness, self-love, affirmations, visualization, and your connection to universal wisdom. Now, the most important invitation I can make to you is this. Apply all of this with gentleness and patience toward yourself. Healing isn't a race. It's a sacred journey that you deserve to take with love in every step. Create your visual healing map. Repeat your affirmations daily. Talk to your inner child, and trust that you're being guided to your highest good. You have everything you need within you. Louise Hay showed us that transformation is possible for all of us, and now it's your turn to flourish. I believe in you, the universe believes in you, and most importantly, you can believe in yourself. Go in peace, go with love, and always remember, you are worthy of all the healing, joy, and abundance that life has to offer.